Mr. Speaker, on Thursday, September 5th, 2024, the Integrity Commission submitted an investigation report, ruling, and special report to Parliament concerning an investigation into my statutory declarations for the year 2021. The reports have now been tabled, and I have since had a chance to read the concluding paragraphs of the ruling of the Director of Corruption Prosecution, the 5-page summary, and peruse the recommendations and conclusions. While acknowledging that the report together totals just under 200 pages, the parts that I have read appear to give a sufficient sense of the findings. First, I welcome the fact that the report is finally tabled 2 years since this process began. I also take note of the fact that the Commission tabled both the report and the ruling of the Director of Corruption Prosecution at the same time. The last time this was not done. Based on what is said in the summary, queries were triggered because it is alleged that I had omitted bank accounts from my declarations, and one of these accounts was incorrectly reported as a US dollar balance by a financial institution. These matters were cleared as the accounts in question, by my recollection, were dormant, previously reported, and the balance in them were around Jamaican $3,000 and 200 euros. Subsequently, my declaration were once again referred for further scrutiny for accuracy and completeness. Other accounts were identified and alleged to be belonging to me, but undeclared. Some of these accounts were opened by my parents as far back as 1975, and my name later added, probably while I was still a child. Many Jamaicans add their children to their accounts for survivorship reasons and in the event of emergencies. I have never claimed these as my assets, and I am satisfied that the Director of Corruption Prosecution ruled that there was insufficient evidence to support claims that I intentionally omitted bank accounts from my declarations, and that there is greater evidence to support my explanation as opposed to evidence to the contrary. I also note that no other matter in the report was referred to the authorized authority, that is, the Director of Corruption Prosecution. The summary of the report outlined that my personal financial affairs from 2018 to 2023 was examined, including associate private third-party businesses and transactions. Over 3,600 transactions were examined, 28 bank accounts, over 80 witness statements collected. This effort to pursue me and my affairs led to the hiring of an international forensic accounting examiner for 6 months. As far as I am aware, only my 2021 declaration was submitted for investigation. After this most thorough interrogation of my personal affairs, which is not in any way connected to public funds or a benefit resulting from my office, they were unable to conclude regarding illicit enrichment. Nonetheless, they concluded that in one of the 5 years they examined, 2022, there was unexplained growth in my net worth of 1.9 million Jamaican dollars, or less than 1% of my total net assets. I reject this finding
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel again. I'm B-Boy, and remember, if you are coming across my channel for the first time, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. Okay guys, in today's video I have this video of Andrew Holiness fighting back the Pim of Jamaica. He has said he's not a corrupt leader, and corruption, it's not a new thing in politics. He has said that he really earned his money through a lot of struggle, and a lot of people are just criticizing him for being corrupt, but he's not a corrupt leader. Kindly have a look at this video and then we'll come back for more discussion.
Based on materiality and significance, and while I have not had a chance to fully review the specifics of their calculations, just a cursory review of their formula, I have seen an error in figures they have used in their calculations. And therefore, I challenge this finding on incorrect use of data. I reject the finding that I acquired an asset for which the source of funds is not adequately explained. The Commission, in its own report, pointed out that this whole episode started with an incorrect statement from a bank. It started with an incorrect statement from a bank. A bank gave a balance verification that I had funds in US dollars, which was incorrect. So too was the asset in question the subject of errors by the financial institution that managed the asset. While I authorized the transaction, from the outset of the acquisition of the asset in 2019, I was unaware that the financial institution had assigned an amount in error to my account from an associated company. A year later, the investment instrument, a bond, was called by the issuer, and the financial institution made another error and pooled my funds with the associated company. As soon as I discovered this pooling, which is acknowledged in the report, I alerted the institution and instructed that the accounts be correctly separated. However, the initial incorrect assignment was not corrected at that time. I only became aware of the discrepancy when the institution alerted me in June of this year, and once it was brought to my attention, the funds incorrectly assigned to my account in 2019 was rectified. I also reject claims in the report that I have hindered the examination of my declarations by not supplying information requested. Let it be known that I have complied with any obligation placed on me within the law. As far as I am aware, the company with which I am directly associated is compliant and up to date with its filings. Mr. Speaker, I have been involved in political life for more than 30 years. Yes, more than 30 years. And I have been elected in this House for 27 years. It always gives me a sense of great pride, but also a sense of humility to consider that, I grew up in a 2-bedroom board house at 56 Cumberland Road, just up from the Grassyard Market in Spanish Town. I don't wear my background as a badge or try to exploit it or exploit my humble beginnings for political sympathy. I don't do it. I don't do it because I believe in working for what you have, regardless of where you come from. And Mr. Speaker, I have worked hard. You know, people just see the achievements. They don't know the hours, the nights, the hard work. They don't know. I have worked hard, wisely, and honestly to achieve whatever I have. I never had a gold spoon, and I have never depended on the public purse. Indeed, I gave up my salary. I gave up the salary increase due to prime ministers, in solidarity with all the people who are challenged to make ends meet with their own incomes. I didn't take it and pretend to give it to entities that are in my interest anyway. No. On principle, I didn't take it. I have the privilege, I consider it a privilege, Mr. Speaker, and awesome responsibility of leading this country, and I take it seriously. Regardless of the attempts to distract me and unnecessarily consume my time, I have never lost focus on ensuring a stable, resilient, and growing economy, reducing unemployment, improving our security as a nation, building out our infrastructure, and providing support for the most vulnerable in our society. Furthermore, I've always sought to discharge my duties with respect and dignity. Yes, that's true. Even for those who try to bring me down and do personal harm to my reputation. Oh, yes. The weaponization of accusations of corruption is nothing new in politics. However, even the most skeptical onlooker must conclude that the handling of this matter, the time it has taken, the public resources used to pursue it, raise cause for concern on many levels. While I will not pursue the view that this was politicized, I believe it is commonly agreed that the law governing the Integrity Commission is in urgent need of revision. The current context of its operations does weaken its credibility, and we must do everything to ensure that the appropriate laws are in place to prevent the politicization of the Commission and to support the Commission in its work. We must also ensure that the Commission itself is efficient and pays due regard to the use of public funds and the time and resources required of public officials to comply. To this end, the law must ensure that the work of the Commission focuses on relevant, significant, and material issues. Mr. Speaker, I will take legal advice on this report and its recommendations, including recommendations for referral to other entities. And Mr. Speaker, I will continue to pray to God for guidance and strength as I continue to lead Jamaica.
Hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. I hope you have watched the full clip, and I want to know what's your opinion, what's your thoughts about Andrew Holness's confession. He has really talked a lot, and he has just confessed that he's not a corrupt leader because he has really worked hard to get what he has. He has just said that people really don't know what it takes to have what you have, or to have all that investment. All they do is just to talk, maybe to distract, or maybe to make your reputation to be bad, to make you look bad like to other people. But Andrew Holness has said that he has really worked very hard to gain what he has. He has really worked hard to make Jamaica what is Jamaica now. So I just want to know what your thought, because he has said that he has really made sure that there is low unemployment rate in Jamaica. He has recruited more police to reduce the crime rate in Jamaica. He has made many sacrifices. Even it reached a place he refused the increase of salaries to all the PM and to all the people in the government, just to make the people of Jamaica, or to make the country of Jamaica to improve, to develop in its infrastructure, and to create more job opportunities. He has said that people are just talking bad of him because they want people to seem like he's a bad person, because he had a scandal of having millions of money in his account transferred from 3 different companies, but he has come out and said that it was a false bank statement. The bank just mistaken a statement. That's why people are accusing him of being a corrupt leader. So what's your opinion, what's your thoughts? Because a lot of Jamaican people are really crying out. They are saying Andrew Holness is a bad leader, he needs to step down. But he has really confessed all what people are talking about him. And we all know a lot of government corruption to government or to politics is not a new thing. Many countries have a lot of corruption in its system, have a lot of corruption in its government system. A lot of people are really crying to those government, to those greedy leaders. All they do is just to have a lot of corruption and mind their own pocket, without forgetting their local people who voted for them. So there is a lot people need to know, there is a lot people need to understand that if a government is good, we will all see how a country is prospering. If a government is leaded good, a country will develop good. It will have a good infrastructure, high employment rate in the country. A lot of people will not suffer because the government is doing its thing. But if a government is bad, there will be a lot of problem in that country. Low employment, lack of employment to all the people, even the youth who are coming up. Bad infrastructure, bad communication skills, and that's what lead to a lot of countries ending up being poor, and the gap between the poor and the rich is so big. That's why a lot of people are really crying out for those leaders who are choosing them. And it's high time for the people who we are voting. We should just sit down and discuss very well to choose those wisely leaders who will take care of us, who will know to fight our own rights, not those greedy leaders who will just benefit themselves. Because in a lot of countries, a lot of leaders who have been chosen, they are so greedy. You can even go to other countries that an elected PM or a president, even his own son cannot study in that country. They will take their country to study in abroad because they feel like the education in that country is so different, it's so low. That's why they are changing their children to go and study abroad. If his or a family is sick, they will go and get medication from outside the country, away from Dubai, from USA, from Canada. That really shows how they have a lot of money, and that money is from the people's pocket, from the local people pocket. Those money are from high taxation rate that they are putting on products, so that at least they can just earn those money to have a better living. They have a lot of investment, a lot of resources, a lot of wealth. Many people are just questioning themselves, how did these leaders get this wealth? How did these leaders manage to have all these properties while other people are just suffering, other people are just poor? So it's high time we interrogate these leaders, For those who are doing bad things, we should just interrogate them to know if they are just corrupt or not corrupt. For those who are really working very hard to attain their country, to have a better country, to have a better that has good infrastructure, low employment rate, congratulations to them. But for those leaders who are just there to maybe waste their local people, they should just step down. We elect another leaders so that at least our own countries will prosper. Look at our country, like in Africa. There is a lot of African leaders who are so rich. Even a lot of people ask themselves, why are these people getting a lot of this money? It's from the people's pocket. It's from those high taxations they are putting on the product. That's why people are really struggling out. Imagine being in that state that you have no job opportunities, but the taxation in your country is so high. To earn something or to gain something so that you can go and buy some food to eat, it's so hard, it's so struggling to attain all those things. So it's high time, whenever we are going to vote, we choose the right leaders, not those leaders that will come and bribe us with small amount of money so that we can just elect them, and then when they win the seat, we see their true colors. They change just suddenly. They don't be the one that they were coming to us begging to be elected, saying that whenever you elect me, I'll build a good road in this street. Whenever you elect me, I will create more job opportunities. Whenever you elect me, I will build good hospital. No people will suffer or lack food due to lack of unemployment. I will create job opportunities. But at the end, when we elect them, they change their true colors and they just mind their own. They just do whatever they want. So guys, let's elect good leaders that will care for the right of our people. So if it was for the first time you're coming across my video, most importantly, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. Let me see you in the next video.